Welcome to Philosophy 101. It's week 4 out of 5 of Scary Month on We'll Just Tell Your Mother We're Scared. We watched Final Destination for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
An actual stick that you play the drums with?
No, like the chicken,
What
right?
if it was cum stick? And we're done for the day.
Yeah, that'll do.
Won't get better.
Yeah, anything you want to plug?
Oh, baby. How you guys feeling about podcasting today? I feel great.
I'm good. I'm not hungover or anything.
Yeah, man. Me either, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Me
good.
either. I'm feeling positive, actually. I'm feeling pretty good.
That's a change from last night.
Good.
Yeah, that's just because, yesterday I was a mess. I've actually turned a corner. I've been great. Last night I was
The
just...
amount of times you
Fucking
fucking
hell.
say
No,
this and
no,
you're in
no,
the
no.
same...
I just...
He doesn't realise every time he turns a corner, he's just going the same
I'm in a
direction.
circle.
He's always in
I'm
circles.
constantly in a square block.
No. I get funny around family stuff. I had family stuff to do yesterday.
I understand that. I do as well.
Yeah, so I was all just a bit frazzled
Like,
yesterday, but I'm fine.
You always know, like the Powerbomb chat or whatever always knows when I've just been having a family
Yeah.
thing because it's like 10:30 at night and I'm like, anyone around for a beer?
Yeah, I did the exact same
Wow,
thing.
you see your family
I need
a lot.
I need to cool
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, that's why I ended up drinking and playing the pokies with Ganeded off Broadway by myself. Me and Ganeded had a great hang. It was so sick.
What poker did you play?
I played 5 Dragons and I showed her how to play. It was
Did
great.
you win?
No, we lost. I tried to convince her to go on a syndicate,
We lost everything.
but I just lost $10
So
by myself.
teaching her involves being like, what it is it's a syndicate. You have to put in money
I
as
did
well.
try and get that
And
going.
then whatever
yes.
you win, we split.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's the rules of the sind.
It's your
But no-
turn playing the pokies into a pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme sounds like it would be the name of a pokie machine.
Yeah, pyramid scheme is what I call my dick.
Why?
Yeah, because
it's
it's
shaped
like
like a
weird and
pyramid.
triangular and there's like dead things inside it.
Because you keep selling it to further and further people and they realize it's worth nothing.
Because it's a 5-sided
Also
shape.
something to do with slavery.
Yeah.
It's a 5-sided shape, square at the bottom. It's a square pyramid with 4 triangles, 4 equilateral triangles coming out from each side of the square.
Oh, he's about
Came
to
up
say
together
something
to create
about
a
the
polygon
Illuminati.
called a pyramid. It's a square pyramid. That's the shape of my dick.
Your dick is square.
Yeah, it's a square pyramid.
Okay, you should go see a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be able to do anything about it. Do you know what I mean?
Probably just look at it.
Plastics. If they can turn my dick into a pussy, they can fix
They could
your
probably-
They reckon-
pyramid
They
shape.
could,
You
probably,
reckon they
they could probably smooth out the edges
There's,
on your
there's,
point.
there's perfectly proportional pyramid coming from my pubic mound.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that just means it's like you've got a huge chode right
Yeah.
at the base, and it just gets really skinny at the top.
With
Yeah,
the, it's
yeah.
got its diamond tipped at the top.
So is
It's
the tip just a pyramid, or is the whole
the whole dick, like coming from my pelvis, is
How does that even get in a?
Well, they're
pussy?
quite squat, so it wouldn't be very long.
no, it's not.
Well, I mean, like the Great Pyramids are huge.
yeah, square pyramids are fairly small, like, but they're like no, but like,
But
as
in order to get
they're
any
small
length
compared
on
to
it,
their
it,
width,
like,
like,
it,
Oh,
like
yeah, it's
here,
gonna thin out.
they're
yeah.
proportionally very different to what I like to call an average penis.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go like
What do you call an average penis?
One that is not shaped like the Great Pyramid of
It's
Giza.
just like a
yeah,
trapezoid.
mine's shaped like the Sphinx.
The pussy.
Yeah.
Ah!
I was actually about to tweet that, so I'll do it later. But I'm heavily allergic to cats, but I love pussy.
Oh my lord, my lordy lord. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about this square dick thing I got going on. But
maybe we should do a benefit show for you.
yeah, we
Hey
can do that.
hey now.
Yeah.
Still 23,000 short of the goal, listeners. If you want to donate, please do. And to all the listeners that have donated, thank you.
Do you reckon you could get away with another benefit show?
No, I think that would be taking the piss. It's too far removed.
What if you did it as a festival run? Like in Melbourne, if your festival run was like, yeah, half the profits of this go towards like me becoming the person I always wanted to be. I reckon people would eat that up.
What about
I've thought about that.
what about
It's like
a-
not a terrible idea.
Yeah. Well, I've thought about doing that, like, even without advertising it.
What about if instead of a benefit show, it's a friends with benefits show?
And you get to have sex with all the women on the lineup.
You'd have sex with all the women in the audience.
Not the lineup.
No, I respect my
Instead of a
too much.
Instead of a handpicked lineup, it's a handpicked audience.
Yeah.
No.
Man, that is a pretty solid marketing hook, I reckon.
What, friends with benefits show?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
all-
get to fuck Hastings.
Yeah, no, but like saying that like this is a month-long show, I'm putting it on every day, like I suppose like some people might be like, well, why fucking come to Melbourne and spend all this money to do that? But most people don't know the inner workings of Melbourne. If you tell them you got to Melbourne, they just assume you're a good comic.
Also, if you tell people you're doing Melbourne Comedy Festival, people just think you're doing the gala.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if you were like, all right, well, this is now going to be a thing where X% of the profits go towards the transgender thing, you'd probably get featured in like the Sun Herald or something.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not the Sun Herald. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I feel
some-
like they'd be against it.
Yeah, they'd be like, don't go see this freak show.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. You're white. Like, maybe you'd be fine.
But like, at least like every like relatively cool blog that comes out with like, here are the shows you must see this year.
Oh,
at
baby, I
Melbourne
can't wait to
Comedy
get a
Festival.
5-star from Funny Ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're the right kind of trans for the media. Do you know what I mean? Like you're a middle class white person.
Yeah,
male
I'm-
to female. That's like the.
Yeah, I'm also a bogan. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Is he-
That's true.
Yeah, you're like,
You are a disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get real classist while I make a woke points about it. You are a fucking animal. Of
you're a bourgeois pig.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
look, I don't hide from these allegations.
You are wearing a Metallica shirt right now.
I am, and also someone left one in the venue last night, so I took it.
Yeah. Wow.
They
Tried
also like.
Tried it on before. It looks a bit weird.
Did you
but,
notice
you
at the
know.
venue there were 2 pairs of underpants left at the end of the show?
What was the deal
that?
with that?
Hey, I knew you'd come to me looking for answers. I have no idea.
You're the
Lucky for
architect.
you,
in the Matrix.
got 'em.
You just turn around. There's 100 TVs all with underpants, and you're like, equivotably, metaphorically, I fucked her.
Yeah. There's 100 underwears in 100 states for a reason. Oh, man. I don't know, dudes. What have you guys been up to lately? I know what I've been doing.
You've been playing NBA 2K19.
I've been playing so much fucking NBA 2K.
While not
Yeah.
being a fan of basketball at
I
all.
can't wait to have
Nah,
another week in a row
No,
where I
no,
don't
this
contribute
is-
to the podcast.
Rose,
But I mean, none of us know what basketball is.
yeah, you
really.
have as much knowledge going into this as me, Rose. Like,
Maybe a little bit more.
All right.
I have a slightly passing
Well,
knowledge.
where were you when I was Googling 3-second violation and then Googling 3-second violation 5 seconds again? When I got it on the other side
What
of the
is
court,
the three-
There's 2 different kinds of 3-second violation.
I played basketball for a couple of years when I was a kid.
What's the
Because
three
it was like,
second
you're
violation?
tall.
You can't stay in the painted area without the ball in
Man.
the painted area.
I go
for more
fucking
than 3
hard
seconds.
in the paint.
Is that where the rap
Yes.
term
Yeah,
hard in the
Yes.
paint?
I go
comes
hard.
from?
So hard in
I
the
go-
paint
I-
is the area
no,
immediately
I
under the
go-
basket.
What do rap
No,
people mean it to be? Fucking pussy? Like,
I think it
No,
just
going
means
hard
like,
in the
like
paint
working
is
hard,
like you,
grinding.
like, yeah.
oh, so it's like,
It's like a work ethic.
yeah, so it's like what like shitty comedians.
Because that's
would
when
say.
like all the like
And
everyone
like
gets
performing when the
kind of
pressure's on.
Yeah.
Rising to meet the occasion.
yeah.
man, because
Yeah.
I've been saying it all wrong in that case. Then.
I'm so
just naked with a woman, being like, I'm going hard in the paint.
I was
man.
I was
I'm
thinking
so,
it's-
I'm so hard. I go ham in the paint.
I was thinking like with a girl where she's like, "Oh, I'm feeling real bloated and cramped. Maybe we shouldn't hang out." And I'm like, "Don't worry, baby. I go
I go
hard in the paint."
That's good. Disgusting, but good.
It's
Yeah.
also technically woke.
We-
What if that's a guy like the whole
A guy who
thing-
has a fetish for fucking on periods, but uses it to be woke.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, that's
Andrew Portelli. Oh no, I can't give away someone's joke.
Andrew Portelli is that guy.
No, I was gonna say he's got this great joke about fucking on period, but you can't give away someone's joke on a
Yeah.
podcast.
It's true.
Andrew
Uh,
Portelli is not that guy, by the way. I just made.
I like
'cause
Portelli.
we were
I had
doing-
dinner with
I've
Portelli.
never met him, so
He's great. I've had like a number of long walks home with him this week while he's been quite stoned and
So-
just like philosophizing.
I do
So
like
he's a
this
cool dude.
idea of a
had
woke
dinner with him.
person that likes to fuck on the period, but only
Yeah.
seeks those people out.
Yeah.
There is
yeah.
100% a fucking fetish
No one will
community
not
for
go
that.
home
There's a
with you.
fetish community for it, but I don't think
absolutely.
yet that there's the people who are like, yeah, but I'm doing it because I'm an ally.
Man,
Yeah.
I promise you that's happened. I can say with certainty.
And how would you
I
know
don't
so
I'm not saying I've seen it.
suddenly?
I'm saying people are scum. That has absolutely happened. There's 10 guys in this city right now pulling that move.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Like, who are regularly pulling that move.
Regularly, I don't think 10.
Man, in
Like-
the city, 4 million people.
Well, you're obviously one of them.
No, no, I'm really not.
Yeah, but so like if that's a move that you're like, I won't cross the line for that, then who would?
Because I'm not actually evil.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not an evil thing, it's a woke thing.
But if you pretend to be woke for sex, that's bad.
Yeah, but don't you do that?
Not anymore.
Yeah, in fact, you brag about that on stage.
Yeah.
You have a bit.
It's a good bit. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Play hard in the paint. But yeah, what I found very funny is because I'm playing this career mode and I don't understand basketball. And
I go hard in the paint. When I'm about to make a shot, I get a boner.
Yeah, because you're getting hard.
Yeah.
I like that.
paint.
Yeah.
Just a guy at the free throw line dribbling the ball with a visible, massive erection in his basketball shorts.
Basketball shorts would be one of the best things
Just
to
there.
see a massive
And
boner.
everyone's looking at it, but he doesn't know. He's just looking at the basket, dribbling the ball.
He's concentrating, baby.
Just for two.
and then when he hits the second, shot.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's like, so I'm playing this career mode. I don't understand the rules of basketball. I'm bad at the game. I'm very bad at it. And I play very selfishly because I don't know how to pass and control.
Have you
and
started
stuff.
calling it buckets yet when you score?
Not yet.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Get
Yeah.
some
It's only a
buckets.
matter of time.
But Yvette did have to ask me to stop yelling this morning.
What were you yelling?
I
Or
was
just
very,
like random obscenities?
very
You probably don't want to know the word.
Yeah,
yelling
yeah.
to describe
Oh, yeah.
the people from the National Basketball
Yeah,
Association.
No, I just
Fucking Ruskies.
I was not happy.
There are too many Croats.
I wasn't happy with the
Go back to
performance.
the Spanish Premier League basketball.
I wasn't happy with
It's
the
just a guy in a
Christ.
matador outfit being like, I know when I am not one.
No, I
Pau Gasol.
I wasn't happy with the performance of my teammates, and I wasn't happy with the performance of myself.
And what nationality were they?
They were. I don't see color. I only see teams, Jamie.
Yeah, okay.
No, so the story, right? I'm playing this career
He
mode.
sets them all to be faceless grey people of just varying heights and sizes.
Well, that's where fucking woke society's taking us, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Eventually, when gender doesn't exist
Man,
anymore,
go
we're all
off.
just going to be shapeless lumps. And how we even that's going to be the end of humanity because we're not even going to want to fuck each other because we won't be able to tell because we'll all be talking about pronouns and shit. I bet there's someone's got to have that take already, right?
Yes.
Damn.
Very
Even-
much so.
even
That's
on-
like the white supremacist thing. When they talk about being scared about the future of their white children, they're scared about losing white identity, i.e. white people breeding with
My thing was
other
more
people.
that by
cetera, et cetera.
everyone ends up turning into like the people from Wall-E.
Isn't it kind of like
Similar
that?
to that, though, but
Is
they're of a mixed race
Isn't
world.
it kind of like that South Park episode, Goobacks? Where they all
Yeah,
kinda turn
yeah,
into
yeah.
that
Everyone
thing,
will
like-
become a damn goo back.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
That's they picked a good
I
name
believe
because it
that.
sounds it sounds like a real racial slur.
Well,
Yeah.
it's very
phonetically similar to one.
It's very close to one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But they took a job. I mean, like I can
Yeah,
just
it's
do
very
that for
funny.
the rest of the podcast
Yeah.
and be like content being like, yeah, we put out a good episode today. We just quoted South
Quoted
Park.
South Park.
for
Just
50
one bit of
minutes.
one South
Yeah.
Park episode.
Yeah, that is a good app. Back to the pile. But no, in the
Oh yeah, I forgot that they solve it with gay sex.
Yeah.
back to the pile.
That is. Oh
It's
man,
so funny.
All right, let's,
The image of the two
All right,
guys.
let's get
just
together
kind
and
of
watch
like,
that episode.
I was gonna say, do you want to just stop and watch it?
They put it that one's on Netflix. It's
Of
in that. It's
course.
in that like best of
Yeah,
season
see.
they did.
Man, I'm gonna watch that tonight. But no, in this career mode, right? The whole story is like you're this young.
How many fucking like career modes like game stories do we have to get from you
Yeah,
on this podcast?
This is a good one.
I got another one.
Yeah, I love it. 'Cause, man, whatever. It's pop culture.
Career modes.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
Do you think you have
People
your real
love
life career mode set on extremely hard?
I'd love to play Andrew Hastings' career mode at maddening difficulties. Just like you get up and you're restricted by movement tiles because you've already smoked 2 cones. It's like you're like, I want to go outside and get in the sun. It's like, no, you're restricted only to your kitchen or petting your cat.
It's like in The Sims when you start the house, you don't have quite enough time in the day to get everything that you
yeah,
need to do. You have
and
to
you
slowly,
and you
like-
literally speak Simlish because you fucking destroyed your brain with drugs and alcohol. So you're just sitting there and be like, hula boo boo.
yeah. But no,
Sam Bowring used to do a bit about that, whereas like playing video games stoned means that by proxy your character is also stoned.
that's funny.
So it does set the like
Yeah.
difficulty setting
Maybe
a
that's
bit
why I
higher.
haven't been getting so many buckets. But no, in this fucking career mode, right? So the whole story is based on this idea that you're this young upstart guy who only plays for himself. He's not a team player. He's arrogant, and everyone. So all the bad guys in the like that's kind of thing.
The bad guys? You just mean the opposition team?
No, it's a career mode. There are
Yeah,
bad guys.
you have
haven't-
like rivals.
It's like a sports
Right.
film. It's like Remember the Titans or whatever.
Right.
So
Well,
all
the
those
bad
guys.
which ones are the bad guys in Remember the Titans, Andy?
Look, let's-
Yeah, they were a couple of bad guys.
that's what Billie Eilish is referring to.
Yeah, it's a dad just being really mad.
Jamie, it's I'm the bad.
Are you
guy.
booking shows while we're on the podcast?
Yes.
Jamie, listen, I got a bit. She goes, I'm the bad guy. Duh.
That's very funny. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, you could have used the app.
I could have used the
You've
app.
got the app.
Yeah, we were playing
takes
with
so
the.
long
Shit,
to
we
load
haven't
up.
done the app on the podcast.
Man, I don't know if we can
great.
do the app on the podcast.
I've got a new phone. I don't have it.
All right, hang
think
on.
we've
Mine's
got
charging.
It
but-
doesn't have to be that word.
Okay.
It's just implied.
Oh man, this is so
No,
risky.
of course it's not. No, we were just having fun beeping out words as if we were.
Because it makes it sound like something
yeah,
bad's
it makes
being
it
said.
sound like you're doing
The whole
something worse.
point is you don't say it.
Just say, hey, I was going down to the store.
And it's
That
like, oh.
really took way too long for the
Yeah.
button to go.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah.
Also, it'd be great to have just to interrupt people making points occasionally.
Yeah, just hold your finger
Final
down.
destination stars.
Wrap it up.
Can I fucking tell you about this career mode? All right, so I'm
That's the whole point of this, is we constantly
oh my
interrupt you.
lord.
Yeah, go.
So I'm playing this career mode, and yeah, so you start off kind of arrogant, but you get better, and you are this, like supposed to be this gifted player, and all your rivals and stuff keep going. You're overrated. You're not even that good at basketball. Where do you get this attitude? Why do you think you should be in the NBA? You don't deserve, because you play in like sub leagues and in China and all this
Do you
stuff.
get dialogue choices?
Yeah, you do, and I always go for the humble option. But the problem is your character always comes across as
Bitch,
like
sit down.
as like arrogant but like talented. Problem is I suck and lose every fucking game. So the whole time I'm watching any cutscene, I'm just like, he's right. You aren't good enough to be here.
Yeah, that's very humbling. to get
It's like,
fucked
yeah,
up
it's
every
like,
game.
and my character keeps going like, whatever, I'm gonna make it. I keep like, you're not, dude. You're probably not. Then also after the games, you can check like the.
It's really hewing close to your career.
Yeah.
It's also after the games you can like check like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
And like all the tweets, and there'll be tweets being like, "Hey, maybe if you AI's your character's name, like, hey, maybe if you didn't miss so many baskets, we would have won the game." And I'm just sitting there stoned on my couch at 2 a.m. being like,
Crying.
just being like, "Yeah, I guess we would have." Like, I don't. Sorry,
When
man.
do I
don't
get
know what
asked
to tell
on
ya.
Jimmy Kimmel to celebrities
Yeah.
read mean tweets?
Just like, yeah, I'm there. I'm just on the couch reading mean tweets about a thing I'm bad at. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like just when you open up the
Yeah.
group chat when
yeah,
you're
I
sitting
mean,
around.
this is like going way too close.
I think we're about to turn another corner.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we should stop talking about NBA 2K. When Hastings is like, just has a mental break, and he's like, "Oh, I get it. I'm in a video game." And starts like running into walls because he thinks he
I
can.
thought you were about to say, oh, I get it. I'm bad at comedy.
No, I mean, it was there, but I chose to go the
thank
other
you.
way.
I appreciate
So you were, projecting then.
Yeah. All right.
How tall, out of interest, did you make yourself in the game?
6'8".
You could have been like a point guard and been like the 5'11" you are.
I don't think so. Also, I'm 6 foot. Thank you very much.
5'11".
I'm actually 6 foot. I got measured. But yeah, it's pretty lit. Also, like, I made it so that my character looks at the age he is. You're like 19 when you start the game. I'm making my character match the age that I was. Like, sorry, match his look to how I looked at that age.
So are you gonna make yourself like fatter and?
Yeah, I'll make myself fatter, not shorter, but definitely not shorter. Maybe taller.
Yeah.
But no, like.
I don't know if that's how biology works.
Like at the start, he had like curly hair. He had like something like dark blonde curly hair.
you imagine a cunt in the NBA with fucking this hair.
Yeah. And then as soon as I
That's got to
joined,
be the world's first emo basketball.
as soon as
player.
I
Yeah.
got in the NBA, as soon as I signed to the Brooklyn Nets, because I didn't sign to the Lakers because I don't want to live in LeBron's shadow. That story I injected.
yeah. And also, mirroring real
Yeah.
life. You don't want to live in my shadow.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Yeah, I fucking what was I saying? Something. Oh yeah,
You joined the Brooklyn Nets.
But I joined the Brooklyn. Yeah, right, so as soon as I joined the Brooklyn Nets, I made myself look emo. And I got myself like tattoos and stuff. But right before I made myself emo, right up until then, I just looked like Elon Musk the whole time. I'll show
Which I
a
bet you
photo.
are absolutely loving.
Man, it was sick. I love Elon, dude.
You took a photo of it and you haven't put it on your fucking Twitter feed.
It'd be
yet?
great.
Not
Like,
yet.
I mean, I assume it's not a feature yet because, oh my god, you do kind of look like
Like,
you look
a
like
little bit.
You just look like a
no.
Chad.
It's a video
Like,
game.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
it's
that's
a
because I'm
Chad.
pretty sure that you weren't supposed to make
Like
the
a
character
kind of
white.
fattish Chad.
You
Ba-
look like fuck! I was watching a movie. You know where you
Was it the movie that we're supposed to be talking about on the podcast?
No.
No, you look like one of the guys in Joker. Shit.
Weren't you watching that together?
No, we didn't watch it together. Man, I thought it was Hayes MacArthur, but it's not Hayes MacArthur.
He's so funny. I love
Yeah,
Hayes
he's
MacArthur.
great, but like that's a little more of a chubbier face than Hayes MacArthur.
I think the other thing as well is why he's dressed like that is because I think they expect you to make the character black. That's based on the voice acting. I think they want you to make a black
So
character.
is he doing? Is
And
it
he's
you
like,
doing AAVE?
Yeah, there's a bit of that. And also, like, I think in that scene that I showed you this photo of, I think he's supposed to be dressed, urban.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But does it? I assume it doesn't because I assume that like career mode hasn't got this far. Like when you change your appearance, it doesn't go on Twitter being like, "Fuck, and he's using all his money getting tattoos."
Honestly,
and
I reckon
shit.
we're like 2K21 will have that.
I think that would be.
That's
so
like
dope.
not an undoable feature. That's like
I would
fine.
love to design like the ultimate career mode.
Yeah. We do it about open mic though. People have tried to make that game.
Well, didn't like an Australian person
Yeah.
made it, right?
Yeah.
But
But a full actual simulator, like a full proper fucking stand-up comedy video game.
Yeah, I think I
RPG.
mentioned it on the podcast before, but I had an idea for a game called Steve Hood Fencing. That was like it was an open world game before they really existed. It was just based on like when I lived in Kellyville and like housing developments, there was just like a corrugated sign that said Steve Hood Fencing, and we're like, what if a guy just like could kill people? Like, it was like it was like GTA.
Yeah, we all
before
had the game. It was like, what if, like, sure, you could join the army, but also you could run a retail store
It
selling
was-
windows.
yeah, it was kind
like
of
a
like,
game where you could do
what
anything.
What if after a decade of disrespect, I finally had my
Yeah.
revenge?
Yeah, I mean, GTA was the best for that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
When you went on killing rampage, this is for both of you. When you went on killing rampages in GTA,
did not pretend they were people that wronged me, no.
Didn't play them.
What was because so everyone
You never played any of the GTAs?
I was present when people were playing them, but no, I
Not
never
even
had
the
any of
2D
them.
one?
Such a fucking girl. You're such a fucking lad.
Well, obviously,
We
yeah.
should have known earlier.
never played. I was too violent.
What was?
That's not why. I just
Shut
wasn't
up.
a fucking video game player
Yeah,
because
we
I was
should've-
out doing sports and
We should have known earlier. You were too busy playing netball
netball's sick, man. I love the netty.
Outdoors playing sports like pillow fights. And
and Chardonnay drinking, and saying which one of the Sex and the City characters
Yeah,
you are.
no,
Yeah, when I was
sports, like
11,
wearing-
out in the backyard with a shardy.
Yeah, just being like, I'm a real Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes.
What one do you reckon you are?
Mm,
Because you have to. When
no,
you're a woman, they make you take the test.
I'm Charlotte.
you're
You're not fucking.
No, sorry, I'm Samantha.
Charlotte.
I'm Samantha.
I'm a carry, which is unfortunate. I'm also a Ted
Who's Ted?
from How I Met
How I
Your
Met Your
Mother.
Mother. Oh, right, yeah. I'm a Marshall in How I Met Your Mother.
Man, that's the best one.
I'm a
that or
Marshall.
Lily.
I'm a Marshal too.
No,
No,
you're
you're
not.
not.
No, I'm a
Barney.
Marshall.
You're Barney.
No,
You're
I'm-
Barney
Yeah.
Stinson.
I think I'm Marshal actually.
No,
No, you
not.
are very much
I think
not.
I'm Marshall. I
You're
don't know what
very
you're talking
much
I'd
about.
be a Charlotte in Sex and the City.
Anyway, so I was with my dad yesterday.
Yeah,
Makes most sense, I think.
yeah. On
Maybe
Miranda, yeah.
Mm.
Works hard.
Most
underappreciated.
the most competent one. Everyone keeps
Yeah.
calling her a lesbian.
Yeah.
That happens to me all
And
the
then
time.
it turns out she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But she wasn't in the show, right? She went out with that dweeb.
Yeah, no. Steve. Hey, Miranda.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, give my mother a bath.
I can't get a boner. Just now I just sound like Adam Sandler.
I'm sorry I cheated on you in the movie. Should we talk about this fucking movie?
No, I had one more thing I wanted to say.
Oh, damn it.
I was still talking about. I had a question for Jamie about Grand Theft Auto. Because, okay, when I was 17, I was playing GTA 4, and my girlfriend at the time was watching me play, and she'd seen other people play. She'd seen other people go on killing rampages on civilians in GTA. Very, very much understood it and unbothered by it. She said watching the way I did it was very upsetting. And
What a
terrified her.
surprise.
So how did you...
Well, what's the way you did it?
All right.
Describe it to me.
So
You would
I-
have just gone killing fucking sex workers.
No, I never did that.
No, They
They were my allies in the fight.
Yeah.
The other fellow
Yeah,
disenfranchised.
it actually proved I was a feminist pretty early because I took it out on the patriarchy.
Well, so you couldn't
mostly.
get sex workers in GTA until GTA 5 in Australia because we had the edited release
I think
here.
famously
But the comic-
in GTA 1 there was like a
Oh,
prostitute.
maybe in Australia, but in Australia for 3 onwards, they cut out all that.
Three was the first one I remember hearing
Yeah.
that there were.
In
Three is the
America,
first
in
sexual
America,
example.
I know this for a fact. In America, they did it. In Australia, they edited them out until GTA 5, where they allowed the R rating for video games.
Yeah.
Because they had to get it down to MA. Anyway, so what I would do, and I had 2 options. One was to climb to sort of like the top of a building or a bell tower,
That's pretty funny.
something like very high up,
Yeah.
and either sniper people, like start snipering people like through their car windows. Then, as the police would come up the building, like shoot the police as they were coming up, and like rocket launch their helicopters. That wasn't the one that upset
That
her.
seems pretty normal.
The one that upset her was this other one I would do, where I would sniper someone 100 meters away from me on the street, and then they die. And I'd then walk up to them and shoot their head on the ground,
Yeah,
like
I
5 or 6 more times to see how the body would move and stuff.
can't say I haven't
I
done
was
that.
just like experimenting with physics and stuff. Like it makes sense when you do it, but it looks horrifying.
Yeah, I don't remember what the physics were like, because I think in GTA 3, like the first PS2 one, because of like graphic limitations, eventually the bodies faded away.
They
right?
did, but
Yeah.
GTA they fade away in all of them. But
It'd
you
be
have to,
so sick
but
to
you have to walk
one
away. They don't fade. They don't fade away if
with
you're
the
looking at
PS7's power, where just like they only move if ambulances take them away. Imagine walking around a city where it's just like thousands of people are dead.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
have,
yeah, yeah.
Like you can't even run because you
Yeah.
slowly have to wade through all the bodies of
You're gonna be a
people.
champion
I think
hurdler.
like that would probably make you like a little less desensitized to it. Like if you're
Yeah.
walking through a town and you've got
Totally.
1,000 dead people,
Well,
you
that-
just be like, oh man, I'm a monster.
That's like a legitimate
What's that
argument they
Lil
use.
Wayne
about,
lyric? Just fucking let him lay. Where I'm from, we see a fucking dead body every day.
That's like
Exactly.
that's a real argument.
Me and
for-
Wheezy know what's up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about violent video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real argument people have used in like the violent video game debate. That because the bodies fade away, it teaches kids like to separate.
No consequence.
Yeah, consequences. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess that's
But it's
kinda
also
true.
like shut up. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's also like, shut
up.
up.
Shut up.
But
Oh, no one's going to understand that.
no,
No,
but,
they need
but he's
to.
also saying shut
it
up.
worked.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Like I guess it's the same thing with like shooting games. Like everyone.
Hey, aren't you two supposed to have a separate podcast that's about video games?
I don't think we're doing that anymore.
Yeah, we've kind
There's
of
a fucking picture of it on our
we've
website.
absorbed it into this one.
Yeah.
Didn't
Great.
you know?
Oh, I'm fucking picking up on it in the last
Didn't
couple
you
of episodes.
get the memo?
Jamie, we'll talk about starting that back up after the wedding. I'm getting married in 13 days. Like I can't.
Fuck, 13 days.
I know,
I've
dude.
thought of 3 separate jokes I could do at your best man speech now.
Oh, can I hear them in private?
Yeah. I mean,
Great.
they're all what you'd expect.
Yeah. How long are you planning on doing it?
Andy's a loser, lol.
No, I've tried. I'm gonna try not to roast him too.
Try
bad.
keep it to like 3 minutes if you can.
3 minutes.
4 max.
Do you want to light on 2?
I wouldn't actually mind doing it for 3 minutes.
3 minutes is fine, man.
Yeah, but
Keeping it tight.
I've come up with like 3 ideas.
I went to a wedding last year where like the dad who had of like the father of the bride had no charisma at all. He must have gone for 20, and it
Exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
you could see people like looking around, being like, "What is going on?"
Someone
like,
lied him.
I hesitate to say this because the guy listens occasionally and is like literally my best friend in the world. But I did the best man speech at my friend Geordie's wedding the other day, like a co-best man speech. And so he restricted us to 5 for the 2 of us. And we nailed it. Like we crushed with my guidance
Yeah.
of performance.
I trust you.
And then fucking Geordie and his wife did like a thank you speech that was 22 minutes. And like they warned everyone like this is going to be a long one, but it was still like, and like they only mentioned me for 10 seconds. They were just like, yeah, he's a nice guy. And I was like, yeah, that should have been, if it's going to be 20 minutes, I should be 7.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I reckon if you can't get it done in like 3 minutes, what are you even fucking doing up there?
Yeah, it's like
What do you even fucking-
you know what,
what
it
do you
is?
even have
It's
to
like
say?
it's like
Like-
the people who do who like refuse to do open mics because they're like, you can't.
need an hour.
How are you supposed to squeeze 20 minutes of material into a 4-minute spot? And you're like, by cutting all the bullshit.
yeah,
dude.
it's like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
tell a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to hear those people like at the back of Mug and Kettle who'd be like, 4 minutes. It's like their first gig, and they're like, 4 minutes isn't. I reckon I've got like 30. I'm like,
Yeah.
cunt, you don't have 30 seconds.
There is like, do you ever? I get like the
30 seconds is hard. Like,
Yeah.
30 seconds is hard. It takes a long time to get good
Occasionally
30.
you get those like. Do you ever get that like weird?
sensation on your penis all the time.
Yeah, because it's a pyramid.
Kinda red
no,
and
but like,
lumpy.
do you ever get like
Yeah.
that like weird memory nostalgia thing where you like associate like specific moments? Like sometimes you're driving in a car in summer and you're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
like,
of
that's
course.
a memory.
You're describing an incredibly universal
Yeah,
human
I-
experience.
Yeah.
But some people get it triggered by like different senses to others. Like songs are the one that really
Mine's
gets
a
me.
real
I know a lot
like
of people have smell.
Song does me a lot.
Mine's song a lot, but it's always like I would say 95% of mine are tied to the season of summer. Which
Yeah.
is why like,
Yeah.
I feel very nostalgic for like those fucking like sweltering hot Wednesdays.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like fucking walking from work
Yeah.
to Mug and Kettle.
Up there,
up the
hill, up
Yeah,
Broadway.
and fucking 5:45 to
Yeah.
11:40, just hanging out with
Yeah.
your friends.
Yeah.
Also listening.
Drinking Topetos.
Yeah, listening to
Oh.
listening to the worst cunts. Going across to Burger 10 at some point because
Yeah.
you're too drunk to do your set.
Yeah. Me and Ben Elwood and Paige Halley going to get gelato.
Yeah, yeah,
Great,
yeah.
Excuse me,
stuff.
I went to get ice cream a lot of times.
It was mostly our thing, okay?
Very much
Well, I
no.
didn't
Because
mean-
Dan and I used to do it a
I
lot
more
as
meant
well.
this
You went
to be
without.
a nice nostalgic thing, not to cause an argument by scrambled eggs.
Yay, we were very
yeah,
good.
those beer garden beers were the fucking
Yeah, but
best.
that was also the place where, like, I would say that, like, 80% of the first lunatics I met in comedy
Oh, yeah.
were out the back
Oh,
in
fuck
Mug
yeah.
Kettle.
Yeah,
like,
man.
not as much as
Some of
other
the kings.
Because, like, Pause, like, when you did Pause, like, they were lunatics, but a lot of... Because there was a lot of changeover, a lot of people would come and go because it was only, like, 20 acts or whatever.
Yeah.
But Mug and Kettle was, like, all night, and there was just
Yeah, it was
no
like 45 people on
Yeah,
it.
just no expectation
Yeah.
of quality. So you just hear people saying shit like, how are you supposed to do this in? I've got some edgy stuff tonight. Or,
Yeah.
like,
yeah, some grubby hookups there.
what was your grubbiest?
I'm not talking
I don't
about
need
it.
you to name a name.
He fucked
Oh.
a cockroach in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Look, you know, stuff.
I don't need you to name a name.
I
need
reckon
you to-
I know the
I need
answer,
you to
maybe.
define an action. Like, what's grubby?
As it was shutting out one time,
We've talked about this on the pod for sure.
it got pretty real. Well, one night I took a dick pic in the bathroom, and I have spoken about that on the pod.
Yes.
But also, it got
That bathroom is so shitty.
one time I was making out with a girl who was there, like as the thing was shutting up, like pretty full on, like hands getting under clothes and stuff, while people were 10 meters away out the back.
Yeah.
That was pretty foul.
That toilet was foul. Like I had a cockroach fly into my face while I was
Did
pissing.
anyone fuck in that toilet?
Not me.
I don't know.
I can only think of maybe
The-
one person that might
I
have
got a
done
couple.
it.
It'd be a
theories.
pretty.
Oh, that's not even who I was thinking, but that
Wait,
actually
who?
makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it later.
Right, but
I was thinking.
oh no.
Oh no, I don't think
But-
he would have managed it.
No,
he wouldn't
I-
have fit in that fucking thing.
yeah. No, it'd be a pretty brazen move because it was the one toilet in the bar.
It was the
And
one
there was
toilet, and the door was shitty.
yeah,
Like,
and
you
also
could-
there was always a line of like 4 people waiting for it at any time.
I
yeah.
turned down meth in that beer garden.
But I also reckon like someone might have tried, like, or even suggested it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on us
Maybe.
with this nostalgia trip through to
Yeah.
Mug and Kettle 2013.
Do you know it's reopened? It's a cafe now.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Let's
Record
buy
Crate.
it.
I was so.
let's start a poetry day there.
It says in big letters as well, because it looks just like a day trading cafe, but it says in big letters on the second floor, like live music venue.
Man,
So I
maybe,
wonder
Right.
if they're doing something.
maybe we
Yeah,
go
they're
check it
probably
out
doing
sometime.
Really lame, like
Yeah, like poetry with the finger snapping and shit.
yeah.
Man,
All right, welcome to.
I love the idea of getting a
Oh, stop
blowjob.
trying to cut me off, you fuck.
And as you're getting a blowjob, like you just start.
Oh dear.
That'd be sick. Just to let her know that you're having a good time.
Snaps for you.
Snaps to you, indeed.
And snaps for this terrible podcast. Welcome to week 4 of Scary Month on We'll Just Tell Your Mother We're Scared. This is week 4 of 5, actually. This week, we're doing Final Destination, a 2000 American supernatural horror film directed by James Wong, with a script with, as the Wikipedia says, with an screenplay written by James Wong, Glenn Morgan, and Jeffrey Reddick, based on a story by Reddick. It's the first installment of the... Who gives a shit? Everyone knows what Final Destination is.
2 X-Files writers.
And I'm Andrew Hastings.
Yeah, I'm Andrew Hastings as well.
No, that's Jamie Kirk.
No,
I'm
I
Andrew
am
Hastings.
Spartacus. I think we made that exact joke.
Yeah,
we
we
did.
And in that order as well.
Yeah.
Bits never die.
It's now tradition. I'm Rose Piper.
Yeah, X-Files team. A famous X-Files team. Like, they made...
Mulder and Scully?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good.
Kumail and Nanjiani?
I believe they wrote Yes, they did. Have you guys seen the Jet Li movie, The One?
I have.
Fuck.
Fuck yeah, my man.
I am you, Law, and I am nobody's bitch.
I'm vaguely familiar with it, but I don't know what it is.
That's
I haven't
literally
seen
how the movie ends. So Jet Li has like a ton of clones, and he does like a bunch of like computer-assisted Jet Li kung fu-ery.
Yeah.
And at the it, it's just like him
It's
on
Jet
top
Li
of this.
versus Jet Li versus Jet
Yeah,
Li versus
just
Jet
him
Li.
on top of this giant pyramid.
Yeah, just
with
killing
Jet
a
Li,
million Jet Lis.
killing Jet Lis as they rush up to get him, and he says, "I am you, Law, and I am nobody's bitch." Cut to credits.
It's so fucking
It's
lit.
the best movie. We should fucking watch that.
Yeah, man. I saw it when I was like 12. It was so sick. Like,
I was old enough to be like, "Oh, this is terrible," but that
even
like
at 12, I knew it was
that
terrible.
line turned it around. But like fucking
Yeah, everything's as long as it's got a good punchline.
the guys who wrote this movie wrote Tombs for X-Files.
Ooh, okay.
Very famous.
I'm not a huge
X-Files
X-Files guy.
And the very famous episode Home, which was like an incest thing in season 4 that
That's
got
the
banned.
episode I do know. That's the one that scared me, and I had nightmares and stuff about.
Yeah,
I
Tombs was the one that did
couldn't-
The
me.
one where like it's the inbred family and
yeah,
they have a big house and they like roll the mother out.
Yeah,
and,
it's like one of the most famous
oh,
X-Files
like,
episodes
that's
ever.
so fucking scary, dude.
I watched a bit of the X-Files back in the day, and I could not tell you a single thing that happened on the show.
X-Files used to scare the shit out of me, but because everyone liked it in high school, I used to have to pretend that I loved it.
That's such a you thing
but
to
it
do.
just continued to give me nightmares. I even had the PC game, which like it ruled because like it was like a full motion video like adventure game, like
Yeah,
a point
sick.
and click.
Yeah.
So you could do stuff like you're like an FBI agent. You show like a clerk your badge.
So you like the third member of the gang?
You're a guy. You're an FBI agent who's on the hunt for Mulder and Scully, who have suspiciously gone missing. This is like during the Black Oil saga.
Why do you get rid of the two protagonists of it? That's a
Well,
bizarre
they
choice.
are in it at the end, but I think what it was is like Mulder. So like this is height of X-Files fame. So like X-Files is not only one of the most popular TV shows on television, but they're also filming a movie, and Mulder and Scully are in the bulk of all those scenes, burnt out. So then they're like, we're making a game where it's not like digitized, it's like acting. Like,
Yeah.
so everything you do is like someone acting. So they like, how do we not put these guys in it for a lot so we don't force them to do a lot of extra work?
Yeah.
Right, so it actually cut to like film.
Yeah, that's what it
They
was.
probably
So
got
it's like-
paid by the fucking day.
Yeah,
like,
so you play like a guy, and so like if I say to you now, like I talk to Rose Piper, then it would show a video of you telling the dialogue stuff, and so you
Right.
could just go up to like check out clerks and stuff and show them your FBI badge and shoot them in the face, and then the game would be like, you're doing this wrong. That was like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
but that
man.
game also scared the shit out of me, and I couldn't play it very much.
I love a good point and click. There was a good one where you try to explore Springfield. Doing that.
Oh yeah, Virtual Springfield.
I spent hours on that thing. It was
Yeah, because
so
nothing
fun.
happens in it.
Nothing happens.
It's not a game.
It's like an exploration.
It's basically like a Simpsons encyclopedia.
yeah, it's like a
book.
visual encyclopedia.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
it's
It's
great.
sick though. Like,
I had a
it's-
heap. I used to have Simpsons the cartoon maker as well.
oh man, sick.
Because I was convinced that I was going to become a writer for The Simpsons by playing this game. But
We
it
all thought we
yeah,
were going to be.
but it
writers.
frustrated me immediately because it would not do what I wanted
Fucking-
it to do.
Who says we still can't?
Yeah, I
bro?
mean, if Briggs
Kinda
can
don't
fucking,
really want
if
to.
Briggs,
Yeah.
Briggs can write for Disenchanted, we can
I
get.
can't really just make my own.
Yeah.
No, I'd obviously take the job. I'm not.
Did you had you seen this movie before?
No, and the debate is open as to whether I've seen this movie now.
You didn't end up watching it.
No, I watched most of it.
Man,
but
Right.
you get it. I reckon
was
you
trying
got
to-
it.
Yeah,
you
you got the vibe of it.
Because for
No,
some reason I
everyone,
just could not rent it on iTunes. It took me like 40 minutes to complete.
iTunes is a shitty platform, man.
Yeah, it was so annoying.
It's a fucking shitty platform.
but it's also going through that like transition thing of like it's not iTunes anymore. It's like all the different.
So it's still
like,
iTunes for rentals, but Apple Music has taken over the music part of iTunes, which doesn't need to exist. Like, which is the main function of iTunes. Like,
No, iTunes doesn't exist anymore. It's now all the separate things.
oh, I had to. I rented it from iTunes on my computer. Like,
I did it. Yeah, I did it on my phone, but like
yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I know what you're saying. Like, they're getting rid of iTunes.
it's like an update or whatever.
Yeah.
But had you seen this before?
I had. I saw it when I was a teen.
Right.
I saw it pretty much. I saw it at a sleepover with friends, and it had been recommended to me. I had fun at it. It's not my favorite. You know, actually, I kind of like the genre. Like, I'm a fan of the genre. I think it's a fine example of it. I think the movie's a bit of fun. You very much get it. It's very simple. It's very silly, but it achieves what it sets out to achieve.
It really does seem like a sleepover movie.
It is.
Like
I
I can't imagine really enjoying it much as an adult.
It's funny. It's
Oh,
a little
man.
scary
I
for if
thought
you're 12.
This
Great.
was utter dog shit. It was so,
Really?
it was so bad. Like I get that you'd enjoy it if you were at a sleepover when you were 12.
Yeah.
But like watching it as an adult, like everything was just like, we're trying to be really ominous. Like,
Well, I believe-
some of these movies can like have a bit, like even like Urban Legend or whatever had little bits with like senses of humor in it, and this was just like scary the whole
I think
time.
the sense
It
of
was-
humor is in the premise. I think the sense of humor is in the.
I
the
do
big-
agree with that. Like the sense
big,
of humor is
Well,
just
I-
set pieces.
But I was talking,
and how obvious it is. I
Yeah.
think that's intentional.
but I think that's
they do like little like red herrings with
Yeah.
they're kind of funny.
I think that's missing here a little bit, because I was talking to comedian Mike Goldstein yesterday about this.
pick that up when you're done.
What you mean, like someone with also no profile?
Hey,
Uh,
whoa,
but,
Goldstein, come on.
but
How are you going to do Mike that way?
I love Goldstein. By the way.
Gold- He's the king.
He's great. But he was saying like
On a Tinder date, the other day on a Tinder date, a girl was like, "Oh, you do comedy? Do you know Mike Goldstein?" Like she'd just seen him and was like a big fan.
Yeah, he's great. But he was saying that like, because he loves the series, he was saying that it doesn't really start to get good until the third one, when they start to like realize how ridiculous it is, and they do away with all the scariness, and it's just like all the deaths are these insane like Rube Goldberg kind of,
Yeah,
like,
so it just becomes
which,
a
like,
jackass
there was a bit of that in this, but
Well, I
like,
believe
but
that-
they were trying to be all scary about it,
So I believe the thing was,
and the performances were so bad.
Man,
looping
who
back to
cares?
what I said earlier, I believe the idea originated as an idea for an X-Files episode.
I feel like I maybe read that. Yeah,
I very
Which
much
it could
believe
have
that.
been a very good X-Files episode.
Yep.
I think the parts of the movie I watched, especially the part at the beginning with the plane crash, which I thought was like a decent exercise in like tension release and
Yep.
payoff. But they did the thing that I hated with Joker, where the soundtrack was way too obvious
Yeah.
about it. Like,
Yeah.
like every,
yeah, that's what I mean. Just like a constant ominous tones.
like
It was
everything
just-
he did, you were just like, yeah, we get it. The plane's gonna crash. Like, if you maybe stripped that out, it might have even played better, or like
Yeah,
made it
make
like
things more
comedy
sup-
music.
Yeah, I agree
but
with that.
They need to make it was also telegraphed. Like, make it a bit more fucking surprising.
You
like,
can really kind of see why Devon Sawa didn't make the jump to adulthood fame, because his playing of hysterical man
It's
is like
so
seems
bad.
ridiculous.
It's so bad.
But Ali Larter, so hot, but she's not. They don't let her live up to her full potential in this movie because they make her kind of dorky.
Yeah. I
Surely
isn't-
you'd think Ali Larter's hot.
Isn't
Which one
she?
she? Remind me which one
She's
she
the
is?
brown haired girl, Clear.
Whose name is Clear Rivers.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, of course.
But she's also like the famous whipped cream bikini girl from Varsity Blues.
Oh, yeah,
Have you seen that?
No, but I know.
Oh,
what
that's
you're talking
her.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're watching that movie next week.
We have to watch that. That comes up a bit in
I got it
another
on.
teen movie.
I got it on Hulu, and I think it's pretty cheap to rent.
about. Yeah, sweet. I
Right.
don't mind renting shit.
Um,
The music thing reminded me of you know that scene in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I knew you were going to say that,
It's
where
so
it's just
funny,
like
but
it's
it
just
made me think it was so funny
yeah,
just to have
it's
that
just
happening.
tones, just ominous tones.
Yeah, but it reminds me of that, and it's just the idea would be so funny just if they suddenly started playing like the Seinfeld theme over the knife
Yeah.
falling into the guy's face.
Well, what's
Yeah,
the
well,
funny?
speaking of the X-Files, because they used to do both of those at
Bow,
Fuck
bow,
Club. If you
bow.
get into stand-uppy, they'd play the Seinfeld theme. If you get into conspiracy theory, so mostly just Shane Hunter, they would play the X-Files theme music.
Well,
and that really
you couldn't
drove
win with
him
the stand-up with the
shitty.
Seinfeld music because they'd play the Seinfeld music if you got too stand-uppy. They'd also play the Seinfeld music if you got not stand-uppy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
To
the
be
one
like,
that-
remember, guys, this is stand-up.
Or
Yeah,
the
because
one-
there's a perfect medium. What Ben Elwood likes.
yeah, or the one that it was mostly just Andy that copped was if you were getting a bit whingy, they would play "Do You Ever Feel Like Breaking Down?"
Oh, were
But
you not there for that, Jamie? That was
Nah.
a big running joke for the
I was- I
meter,
made-
right?
but
Fun
in,
Club.
in what was actually quite a nice moment, and probably an early like moment of us being good
I
friends,
don't
was
know what
like
it is.
I was. It was the last one at the first
I don't even know what you're
incarnation
talking
of the
about.
Roxbury.
No, it was the last one of the Roxbury. I know.
Yeah, and I was-
SJD moment.
No, I was
We
doing.
sucked each other's days.
No, that was the first show at the Imperial the next week.
Yeah.
I was doing a story or whatever, and they gave me that treatment, and then Andy ran up on stage and we hugged
Yeah.
because like finally somebody else copped it.
Beautiful passing of the
Capo
torch
is
moment.
Yeah,
Capo
yeah.
was talking about
Oh,
Fuck
passing of the torch until the next week when you try to suck your own dick on stage.
That is true. That was 1 week later.
Capo was talking about Fuck Club last week about how like someone like one of the people, I'm not going to say the name because like it means absolutely nothing to the audience, but like someone on the desk who like has a microphone access to like bully the people on stage was breaking up with his girlfriend on the microphone, and while this was happening, one of the
Was it
like,
Kappa?
No. One of the classic, like, old school fuck club people, Jane, climbed a ladder and pissed on him while he was breaking up with his
I
girlfriend.
didn't see
But
that.
that might have been
That might have been
before
pre
we
us.
started
That might
going.
have been
Yeah,
old fuck club.
yeah,
And that was-
because it was around for about 4
And that's
years
just one
before
where you're
we
just
started
like, oh
going.
man, yeah, comedy.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
what
there's
was
probably
the-
so many stories we're not privy to because it was around for like 4 years before we
What
started.
was
Yeah.
what was the best kill in this movie?
The best one?
I like anything where a knife flips into a guy's head.
Yeah, it's pretty.
the
Pretty sick.
well, like the teacher's one was ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
that was an insane Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, that was great.
Mm.
Who was the teacher? Was it
Like,
Carla?
who's the actress?
Yeah.
Don't
I know like 4 actresses, and they're all Deschanels. Like I don't know.
Zoe, Emily.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Deschanels.
I think that Zoe Deschanel's father as well is like a
Really?
legit actor.
Did you ever listen to She and Him, her band?
Yeah, I like.
I loved
him.
him. I thought they were great.
I was never a fan of
I like
Ward.
M Ward.
I wasn't a
Oh,
fan.
because he was in Monsters of Folk with Connor Oberst. which
Yeah,
I
that
quite like.
well, I loved like Jim James, Connor Oberst, but I don't know. I found that really disappointing.
I was
My
thinking about
morning
Connor.
jacket.
I
That's
love-
what I do when I come on.
Yeah.
You fill in the blanks.
There's a My Morning Jacket record on top of the record player right there, over there. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
I like my morning jacket.
Speaking
Big
of Connor,
fan.
by the way, Jamie, I listened to Cursive, like you recommended, who are on Connor Oberst's label.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, pretty up my alley.
Yeah,
I was
they
into it.
fucking slap.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with them.
You ever heard "Sold Out" by Connor Oberst?
Yeah, I love
Fucking
that song.
ripping tune. I
I
love it.
love. I'm a big Connor Oberst head.
Have you listened to Better Oblivion Community Center?
Yeah, I loved it.
It's fucking
I love
fantastic.
Phoebe Bridges as
Oh,
well.
she's,
so, like-
she's so good.
have you listened to Julian Baker?
Yeah,
Yeah, she
I
rules.
she's really good. I think
I got into her through Touche Amore.
of the 3 of Boy Genius, Lucy Dacus is probably my favorite.
I've
But
been listening to Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush twice a day for the last 2 weeks.
hey, man,
I've been going through it.
Explains she's a lot.
but you've said things about music that are far more ridiculous than that. Like that one, I get. You know.
It just gets like in your head. It just fucking that and
Oh, the amount of times I'd hear like Mum walking around the house just fucking humming that was.
also Bizarre Love Triangle by New Order is my favorite.
Yeah, because we were at the Gladstone
Yeah,
and it was on.
and it
it's
was
a
dope.
it's a great song.
Yeah, I've been having a good time with it.
Get into New Order. There's like so much good shit in their catalog.
Yeah, I was actually watching.
I'll give you a primer.
A lady was actually shing me some New Order videos when I mentioned I'd been listening to
Get
them.
Yes,
into
I'm
Final
aware because
Fantasy.
I know exactly who the lady is without you telling me.
All right. Could have been any of them. Could have been any of them.
Yeah, it could have been the one that did the same thing to me.
Could have been any of them.
Get into Final Fantasy. I reckon you'd like it.
I'm playing NBA.
Oh, Kristen Cloak. I don't know her. I thought it was Carla Gugino for some reason.
I don't know
that
who
makes
either-
sense.
I don't know
She's
who either of those people
She's
are.
Glenn Morgan's wife, the writer.
Oh, right, there you go. I had no idea Sean William Scott was in this.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got his fucking head cut off by like a train.
Yeah, I missed that.
somehow.
I missed that one.
Oh, right,
the
yeah.
most funny one to me was like
Like straight up just like
my
decapitated by a
favorite
flying bit of
one
metal.
was just for like I have to assume this was comedic intent because like I believe that when they wrote the X-Files they were known as people that like crafted horror with like a bit of like a wicked humor streak as well.
Mm.
Little twisted.
But the one where like the Curse
Can we go 3 episodes without that?
where Kerr Smith's girlfriend
2 max.
gets hit by the bus.
That was
But,
like that was real Mean Girls. Just
Yeah,
like,
but like the blocking on it where like she deliberately
Yeah.
walks between them and you see her walking back and you're like, it's almost like when's she gonna get fucking creamed by the bus? Because
Yeah.
it takes like
drop fucking dead bang, and also
because it
you-
takes like one extra beat, I think, like that makes it much funnier.
But there wouldn't be that blood splatter either.
Yeah.
You'd just get fucking aced by the bus if it was going that fast.
Yeah, but I mean that's pretty funny to like have that guy be covered in blood.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think of the sort of themes of sort of like the absence of free will and the inevitability of death and sort of that sort of like the sort of Majora's Mask-esque almost morbidity to it?
The labia majora's mask.
Yeah. We've all made that joke, right? That's all.
I never played it, so
I don't know
Oh,
what-
man,
I-
you'd fucking
I don't
love
know
it.
what Majora's Mask is.
It's
It's
the
the
sequel
sequel
to
to
Ocarina
Ocarina
of
of
Time.
Time.
It's a Zelda game.
Right.
Anyway, but no, what do you guys think of the themes of, you know...
Are you asking me if I
mortality?
believe in free will?
The inexorable
Uh,
march of time. Is
I
that
believe.
what-
Yeah,
you're
I am,
I
yeah.
believe you're essentially asking us if we believe in free will.
Yes, I am, yes.
So
I believe in Free Willy.
am I predetermined to make fun of you or like?
Yeah, like are you just chemicals and electrons firing off in response to outside stimuli.
Here's Tom with the weather.
creating an illusion of consciousness, or are you know,
I mean, I think like the thing is,
Have you been
ultimately-
watching Bill Hicks
do
again?
you have a soul? No, I've been smoking weed, brother.
While-
Yeah, and then watching Bill Hicks.
I mean, like, I think the thing ultimately is like, who cares either way? Like,
yeah.
because you don't know.
Yeah, I would say
it's like the
you're-
simulation argument where like
I would
what
guess
the-
that your whole vibe is just like apathy.
Yeah, no, but like, it's not apathy so much as like.
more nihilism.
No, I disagree
No,
with that.
Jamie's
as well.
not nihilistic.
I would say it's like optimism more than anything, but like optimism with a side of like.
I think you can be optimistic and apathetic.
Yeah, kind of, because it's like, you know, like if free will exists, like great, I make my own choices. Like if it doesn't, who cares? Like I'm on the track, I'm enjoying it,
It's
whatever.
true. Yeah, so similar to the simulation argument where it's like even if we are in a simulation, it doesn't actually.
You know what
affect.
Yeah,
I
I'd fucking know.
like
who would
what,
care?
who cares? I
Actually-
still got to go to work Monday, dude.
I'm
Like-
still there.
I actually,
Yeah.
I actually like to be in a stimulation.
Why? What do you think? I assume you have something dark to say. About it.
yeah.
No, not at all.
You're gonna be
it's-
trying
No, I
cool
just
and-
think it's an interesting idea. It's like there's a lot of
I
like,
don't have an opinion. I just wanted to hear yours so I can parrot that.
Do you believe in free will?
I'm no, I don't. But I
So
think
you think everything is predestined?
I don't think it's predestined. I think that it's an outside stimulus reaction thing. But I think that it's unhelpful to focus on the lack of free will. I think consciousness gives the illusion, and that's enough. You still have to consciously try to do a good thing, because even though like you're still going through the process.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
You still-
saying.
I
but
feel
that's
like-
I
wanky.
fundamentally agree. Yeah,
I feel like the extreme existence of doubt means that there is free will.
that's actually not a bad
But I mean,
argument. We are definitely the 3 times to handle it. I'm glad I brought it up.
maybe we
Yeah,
should.
you're right, that's a good
maybe
point.
we should do a bonus episode where we all smoke weed and do this very question.
No, but we make him dry out for a day, and you and I smoke
Oh
weed.
man,
And I
that
have to
would be
listen to you.
man, that would be so funny.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah.
do that?
I'd be so
Yeah, the only thing
agitated.
is we'd have to police him because he'd do it.
My like
Yeah, we have to like show up at his place at like 9.
Yeah,
and
wake
do
him
like
up.
like a Trini and Susanna, where
Yeah,
we
yeah.
come in and we just start cleaning his apartment.
Yeah,
and it's
I
like-
fucking love Trini and Susanna.
No, I'd be fine during
Which one's
the
the
day.
chunkier one?
I used to
Yeah.
not smoke.
Susanna,
There we
glad you said that because I really want to be Trini.
Yeah.
And Trini, if you're out there and you're single, call me.
all right, Hastings. Here's what you got to do.
I think it would be. I
I
think
don't know
that,
if they were quite that chap.
No, but it's much more.
They were like,
fun.
darling,
darling,
get over here. Are you wearing a G-string?
Andrew Hastings, are you smoking marijuana again?
sorry, what is this character? I missed the.
You ever watch
Trini
What Not to Wear
yeah,
with
we're
Trini and Susanna?
No. You never watched it's like Queer Eye, but with 2 straight.
No,
British
I watched.
girls.
Yeah.
I watched the Make Under.
And they
one.
didn't fix anything else in your life, just how you
Snog
dress.
married.
yeah, they just blamed everything. So they argued against free will.
Yeah,
essentially.
I
Oh, no,
watched-
they actually ended up starting to do like real body positivity stuff.
Yeah, because they did the thing where like they were naked and stuff, and she was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of fat," and she was like, "Yeah, and I'm kind of skinny with a bird face." Like,
Mm.
What?
It's just
they
funny.
said it about themselves.
But
I
disagree.
I
Trini,
watched.
I think you're gorgeous. You're perfect.
I
Please
think
give me
they're
a call.
I think they're both sexy.
I watched Snog Marry and I watched Snog Marry Avoid. Did you ever see that?
No, but I love the word snog.
It's a British
I
show
used
where
to-
they do
'cause I-
make unders for like.
I've come back around on the term pash, but they used to annoy me when my friends said
Yeah.
it. So
I hate
really,
it.
I really got
liked
into
it.
saying snogging.
I hated Pash because I
It's
came
snogging.
from a country where snogging was ingrained. I was like, oh, we just got to change the word now.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
It keeps happening. to
I
me.
quite like the term macking on.
That's why I hate,
Yeah, I like
that's
Mackin.
why I hate
Yeah.
woke culture.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think what was I saying something about
Free
Snog,
will.
marry, and avoid? Oh yeah, free will. I don't know, man. There's a lot of like Catholic stuff
We
about.
really went free will to Trini and
Yeah.
Susanna.
whatever.
like a real hard right.
Snog-
We don't need the
I,
weed.
I'd
Yeah,
honestly
yeah,
rather
yeah.
talk about Snog, marry, avoid. Oh, wait, that's the thing I was going to say about the
Maybe
weed.
we have ADD.
Is if we were to do it where if I didn't smoke all day and we recorded at night, that would be funny. If we recorded the morning after me not smoking, like if we,
Yeah, what I'm saying is that we
like
get,
if I had to skip a night, it would be bad.
what I'm
But-
saying is we get you at like 9 a.m., don't give you a chance to smoke weed. We take you out for like lunch and beers, and then we sit on the balcony and punch like a billiard too while you watch.
He'll be
That
standing there
is-
trying to do that thing where you breathe it in out of
Breathe
someone's
it in my
mouth.
fucking face.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's so brutal. Yeah, we
Or
could
we
do
could eat
that.
like an edible or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
fun.
Or maybe
Oh,
like
but they're like that. That's heavy shit.
what about okay? So what if we to get Andy like the best of both worlds, to satisfy his ego and lust for drugs. What if we like said, okay, so it's going to be an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to talk about the concept of free will presented by Final Destination. So we have to watch maybe the second one.
Yeah.
To get into it, or maybe some dumb movie about free will. We take you for lunch. You can't smoke weed. You watch us punch abilities. For 45 minutes, you police us. Then at 45 minutes, you go out and punch one, and then we ride home beautifully on a Pegasus. All three of us riding one winged horse to victory.
Great, the worst episode of podcasting ever made.
I'm into it.
Yeah. I'd be into that for sure. I think so. Like
During the Christmas break.
Man, that'd be so fun. Oh no, because I won't be here. I'll be overseas.
what's the
fuck! Are we
word?
gonna have to start banking some apps up?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or just quitting.
Fuck.
And rebranding as the Free Will Podcast.
So Catholics believe that free will simultaneously does and doesn't exist in a way where you have free will to arrive at a predetermined destination. There's a word for it, and I can't remember what it is, and it's really important to like the catechism and like the sort of like ideas of like Catholicism.
Isn't it kind of free will, but you just have to do what God says?
No, it's the
If
opposite.
you're, like, fundamentally-
No, it's you make your own choices, but God still decides where you end up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
God-
kind of?
only
I
God
didn't think
can
they
judge
really.
me.
Catholics aren't do as we say that hard as it sounds.
But I didn't
They're not
think
that
they were really like that about fate, because they have like miracles and stuff like that, which is like divergences from the norm.
Yeah, it's fates. Yeah, so the idea is that like there's a preset destination for every person, and I'm explaining this terribly, I'm sure, but the
I've been
idea
told by my wife that our discussions of religion are infuriating because none of us have close to a
there's a
grasp on
word
it.
for
According to the What She Said post about me today, I'm known around Sydney for my brilliant sets.
there's a word for
Yeah, that's Catholicism.
And what
It's-
they mean by sets is
it's-
comedy.
it's the idea you're still like there's still like morality, and you're ethically responsible for like your own choices, but God still decides what happens. So it's like both. There's a fucking word for it.
Only God can judge me.
I'm gonna look it up.
Maybe it's not Catholicism. But
only
it's
God
actu-
can judge me is
but-
redundant.
But
isn't it?
maybe it's not Catholicism. It's just something you learn from watching the Boondock Saints.
When I say I went to Catholic school for 13 years,
You-
what I meant
you watched the
was
Boondock
every
Saints.
single day I watched the Boondock Saints from ages 5 to 18.
We also have to watch the Boondock Saints. For this
Absolutely.
podcast.
It's so
I've never
bad.
Don't
seen
wanna
I've
do
never
that.
seen it.
Dude, you'll love it. It's so shit.
Yeah, oh man, if you're saying it's so shit,
It's
I
so
reckon
shit.
we should not watch it.
No, we've
hey?
got like it's
You'll
a
love it.
quintessential
You'll have a great time.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah,
you
but I
will,
think
man.
like what we should do if we watch the Boondock Saints is like maybe like we should. This is a bit like organizational here, but like because of teen movies, like we branch out occasionally. We do like the special episodes, like the weed smoking Free Will, and we do a Boondock Saints episode where we sit and watch it and drink Hennessy while we do it. Do they drink Hennessy in that movie, or is it something else?
No, it'd be like Jamison.
I
or
assume
whatever.
they drink.
Yeah,
some
it'll be
sort of-
all Irish.
Yeah,
shit.
but we drink Irish whiskey and we just rail on the movie.
Here we
like-
go. Catholicism.
But then
free will.
if you get me drinking Irish whiskey, I'll just start talking about The Wire.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, we can't talk about the Boondock
Jimmy.
Saints for an hour.
It's
Jimmy.
called predestination is the idea I was describing.
Ah.
Well, this is Final Destination.
Yeah, and
so
actually that
it's-
weirdly does fit in, doesn't it? Yeah, cool. Thomas Aquinas. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Thomas Aquinas.
He's a
like
Catholic
a horseman.
Yeah, there was-
He's
that
a
w-
Catholic philosopher.
Oh, I was thinking Thomas Equestrian.
That was-
and he's a horseman that likes religion.
That was a school near me, and I had to play them in footy, Aquinas.
Yeah, it's a big Catholic philosopher.
We
Yeah,
also had
he's a-
De La Salle.
He's a
was another-
horseman.
I was.
I don't think he's a horseman.
You
He's a
don't- are you
Bojack
sure?
horseman.
Bojack
You
horseman.
sure
yeah.
he's not a horseman?
He's a Bojack.
Yeah, free will. Rose, do you believe in free will?
Well, it said that I don't really believe in the predetermined thing because of like doubt and that. And
Yeah.
I'm like constantly crippled with doubt, and like there's just like there's so much like. What was that old fucking horse ebooks tweet? Everything happens so much. There's just always so much going on.
Yeah.
How could it all be predetermined?
It
Yeah.
is weird to see the
I
like.
just don't really believe in
an
intelligent design
and
because an intelligent designer would have got my fucking gender right. Okay,
But an argument for
Unless that was your trial.
yeah,
maybe
you were predestined
That's like
to go
what,
through.
that's
so
what
this-
that is the religious
So
answer to the other question.
the one that we're existing in is like the universe where they like didn't quite get everyone's gender right. So like I'm a glitch.
No. This is the opposite. This is you were made this
I mean,
way. This
even-
is your specific
yeah.
challenge. This is your. Do you know what the word like jihad means? means like struggle, like it's your battle, like it's
Yeah.
your. It doesn't just mean like a terrorist thing. It's like this is your thing. This is your. This is
doesn't just mean a terrorist thing. Welcome to Chapo Trap.
no, like, it doesn't mean like holy war. That's like a
Yeah, I know.
misinterpretation. Yeah, it's like the idea of like that's your personal path to righteousness. This is your personal struggle. You know, that's your.
But I
jihad.
mean,
And it is a struggle.
I mean,
so
if-
donate
Yeah.
generously.
So it's for Rose though. It's a he hard
But I mean, on like in your
because
idea,
we're a boy.
yeah,
'Cause-
or a
Yeah,
she-
but it's
or
jihad,
or
not
a,
shihad,
yeah, or a
so-
shihad.
Okay.
and then-
Shihad, great band.
and then
Okay.
what did they turn into after that?
Pacifier.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And then they
back
turned
to
back into Shihad.
But
What
like,
about Andrew Jackson, Rose Piper?
but I mean, yeah, I mean, like if you were looking at it through Rose's lens, it would be like even the best checkout like person sometimes rings the wrong item up.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm.
But that's some sort of master plan gone wrong theory.
I would say like, but an argument maybe for predetermination is that like a lot of the same shit keeps happening over and over again.
That's true.
Deja vu, anyone? Mm.
but I
Yeah.
mean, like just in
And
general,
Deja
like,
Entendu?
continued
The guy?
collapse of like
Another musician
economies,
fucking kids?
like rise and fall of empires, like wars
Yep.
and stuff like that. No one's really.
You could argue though
learned
that's
that
just
much.
human behavior patterns though, just repeating because humans are. There's no like evolutionary difference between a human 1,000 years ago and a human now, so we're just gonna make the same fucking mistakes because we're all.
It's like how fashion comes in.
we're all
and
just
how
fucking
cycles,
no,
you know.
because like, we're all monkeys. Like we're all so like kind of the idea that like the idea of like late stage capitalism, the idea that like this is how it eventually has to go anyway because it's an inherently flawed structure we built it on. Like,
Capitalism's not flawed though. That's
oh
what all
my
these-
lord, Jamie!
That's what all these
Mm-hmm.
pinkos get wrong.
Man, there is nothing like being unemployed for 4 months to make you be like, fuck capitalism.
Yeah,
man.
dude, I'm right there with you.
You guys
Oh,
ever-
wait, no, I got to fuck.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the official
I
offer.
would have
but-
thought like you would
I
love
have a jo-
capitalism because you go fuck bitches, get money. That's like your entire brand.
So
Yeah.
here's
I
the
got a
thing,
job interview
Jamie.
on-
You're a man.
You're
of
right. I do
contradictions.
battle with that. I do have a real thing of like, because we're talking about this. I love business.
Yeah, business.
I really
rules.
love business. Like I love like making money, and I love.
We should watch Wall Street together.
Yeah,
Or The Wolf of
I
Wall
guess
Street.
the idea is like
That's
I think
great.
I
that
don't
would
like.
be more appropriate.
I'm not actually like a socialist. Like I'm not an actual socialist.
No, you're a brocialist.
I'm a fucking Bernie brocialist.
Yeah.
You're an
Whereas like you
anti-socialist
like
sitting in
socialism,
your
but
room
you also
smoking
want to be richer
bongs.
than.
Speaking of socialism, did you see our girl AOC endorsed our man B Sam?
Yeah, I
And
did.
great
man,
news,
I
man.
love AOC.
I
I can't
love-
wait for her to be the president one day.
I can't wait.
probably
The president
won't.
of my pussy.
I think that she'll end up being a media personality.
No, I think she likes politics.
She's
too
pretty
much,
switched
man.
on.
Oh, like I think something like I think she'll have a 20-year career and then go work.
I like
at
how
CNN
everyone's
or
turned
whatever.
around on Beat Off O'Rourke.
Yeah,
You can't be a Beto bro anymore. That's not woke.
I don't think Beto was ever that woke a choice.
No, people loved him.
Beto
Beto
sucks,
sounds-
dude. I don't like Beto.
Beto,
Skateboards, and he was in a punk band.
Yeah, he's a
Beto
poser.
sounds too close to Peter.
Bernie would be holding
that-
it down for like.
Which,
the
by
real,
the way,
the
is a
real
bit of
ones.
ammo that we came up with at lunch the other day. Pat Doherty, you can just go calling Peter.
Pedo.
That's
J-Lo.
follow.
Peter.
Bernie Sanders is not young enough to be viable.
Bernie Sanders is holding it down for the real
I mean, like if
ones.
AOC endorses him, I'm Bernie all the way, brother.
Yeah, but what are you, Warren, bro? What are you doing?
Nah, I'm a butt geek.
Eve Ellenbogen
I'm
gave
a-
me a pretty
I'm
compelling
a-
case for Elizabeth Warren
I'm a
the other day.
butt geek, butt boy.
But a gig.
I think Elizabeth.
No, Bernie seems like the obvious choice.
I think
Hmm.
Bernie has a. better
There's a lot of
vision.
Biden bros, though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy to me. I don't see him making it.
He's got like zero charisma.
He sucks, dude.
He became a meme like
He's-
before he
but-
was even out of like the vice president's office.
Bernie's the only one who could.
How's he
beat
ever going to get
Trump.
the cred?
I
Anyway,
reckon.
it's
My
no
call. That's
Final
my hot take.
destination,
We'll just
uh,
tell you, mother. We had all Andrew Hastings with the hot take. Bernie's the only one who can take the whole thing, bro.
I mean, it's kind of like Bernie is kind of like the power bomb to like Joe Biden's century and
Sure.
Donald Trump's token.
I guess this is a metaphor.
In that, like, you say you're going to make change and be like this independent comedy producer that takes down the inherent power structures.
Yeah.
But once we get like close to it,
Oh,
we'll become
sure.
mired in politics. And so you've either got like you eventually fight a losing battle graciously and go down, or you become what you hate and we become century.
I think. Bernie,
I mean, that's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to. Be
That's
president.
and that is
But by that point, I'll be-
predestination.
The final predestination.
Man, this episode's deep as shit if you've
Yeah, dude.
enrolled in one college philosophy class.
which is exactly how many I took.
I never did a
One unit of philosophy.
I never did a
It
philosophy
was
class.
mandatory at my
I did
university.
cultural studies.
I did
which was kind
it
of
was-
similar.
Psychology
but, like, lame.
was mandatory in the science thing.
Do you
that I
like my
did.
socks? They got dogs on them.
Man, that's lit as hell.
Who does that bit at the moment about like people wearing wacky socks?
Probably me, because I am.
I don't know if that is it, but
No, it's not me. Yeah, we've done an hour and 3. I want to take a piss. Let's
piss all over this
let's-
great podcast.
Let's slowly peter out. No,
When-
we've had a good time. I think we came down on the team of free will, kind of,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also I think we all.
I'm
kind
also with
of
you.
don't
I also
care.
it doesn't really matter if I know or not. Because my whole thing is, you got to put it out of your
that's
head.
a question that I was
If
going
I
to
was in a
ask.
simulation, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
That's a question I was going to ask.
I wouldn't want to free myself.
I'd
either.
care, but I wouldn't change my behavior.
I would like to be the
Oh, I've got a question for you.
I'd like to be the 3,000th podcast to bring up this question based on this movie. I think
I'm a
if-
scruncher. Folder?
Folder.
folder absolutely.
Scrunchers
But,
are fucking idiots.
yeah, that's psychopathy.
Yeah. Oh
Your
my
ass
God.
is not clean if you're a scruncher.
Yeah,
my
you've probably got
Lord.
shit caked on your ass now.
Yeah.
No.
Which
Is it-
apologies for the toilet when you do go in there. Like if you knew, like if you could find out exactly when, maybe
sure.
how, when you're going to die, would you want to know?
Absolutely not.
There's a lot of dead air right now while Jamie's thinking.
Yeah, no, because I was going to say yes, but then I'd be really Jewish about it and spend the whole time worrying.
Yeah.
So I think I'd ultimately say no.
As my, I think I would have to say no because I know I would really want to, and then like I'd constantly be chastising myself about like you didn't do anything today and you're gonna die in blah 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 blah.
Wait, you don't already do that?
No, I do that, but I don't know when
without
I'm
the
gonna
knowing.
die.
Right.
Like if there's a timestamp on it, that's worse.
Oh, well, here's my question that I think Hastings will quite enjoy a lot more.
Hmm.
So basically the question is, would you be Joey Pants in The Matrix? Like if you knew The Matrix was a simulation, but what they had outside where they had free will was that terrible Zion Matrix world where they all just had raves in a cave.
On the Nebuchadnezzar, yep.
Yeah, would you prefer to stay in the Matrix where even though the steak's not real, God, it tastes like good steak?
Jamie, look me in the eyes. You know me.
You'd stay in the
What
Matrix.
the fuck do you think I do? What do
you'd
you think I'd fucking
You'd stay in
do?
the Matrix for
I'm
sure.
a pleasure bot. What do you like?
Yeah, I would also
Yeah,
stay in the
anything for you to
Matrix.
fucking escape reality.
Yeah, man. I'm like, I want to go in a Matrix in the Matrix. I want them to reinvent AI inside the Matrix, lose that war, make a second Matrix within the Matrix, put me in that Matrix. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I
That's how he
agree.
ends that speech
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a
movie,
line from
by
the
the way.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Come to Powerbomb Comedy. Do we have one more week at the festival?
We do,
Yeah, we
'cause
do.
this is
You
out
should
on
plug your
Thursday.
show.
Yes, please. My show is on this Saturday, October 26th. It's at 5:45 p.m. It's called Thanks for Coming Out, Supporting Live Comedy. Tickets available, and they're not expensive, and I've got a PowerPoint presentation, so that's special. It's very funny. It was in my last show, and everyone said it was the best part of the show, and it's now longer. So come, please.
If I've learned
Help
anything,
me buy a pussy.
if I've learned anything from the 8 years of doing comedy that I've been doing,
Which
it's
it doesn't seem like you have.
every single time. It's fair. I was on my way to slander, so she's right to do it.
That's like you trying to launch in NBA 2K19 terms. That's you shooting for a three. Rose,
before someone just
Rose
smacks the ball
slapping
out of
it,
your
but
hand.
still dunking it from half court.
All right. What I was going to say is, in my 8 years of learning comedy, what I've learned is that anytime you make a joke longer, you've definitely improved it. So I'm glad you've made that PowerPoint longer, Rose. I'm looking forward to it. No? All right.
There's
No.
just more jokes in it.
Okay.
All right, well, fucking the other ones, the other rooms. I'm Andrew Hastings. To the next step.
I'm Andrew Hastings.
I never ever want to be Andrew Hastings. To the next step.
Did you say to the next step?
Yes.
Yeah, but I can do because I just
God,
said
let's
I'm
do it
Andrew
again.
Hastings.
Yeah,
I can
okay.
do your thing.
To the
Alright.
next. Okay. To the next step.
Well, to the
Oh
next.
my
Oh,
fucking
Because
God.
Hastings
no, I
does it
just got. I
last,
just
and
got
I'm
it.
Andrew
I just got.
Hastings.
To the next
let's-
step.
To the next step.
So the thing with predestination and free will is like, on one hand, there's I fucked her.